Which state will be officially declared as India's first free from extreme poverty in November 2025? Right option D, Kerala. In October 2025, India's first glass suspension bridge Bajrang Setu has been built over which river? Right option C, Ganga River. In which Indian state will the country's first silicon carbide semiconductor manufacturing facility be set up? Right option B, Odisha. Who has developed India's first electric rocket, Vayuputra? Right option B, Space Kids India. India will host the Global Big Cats Summit for the first time in 2026. Where will it be held? Right option D, New Delhi. Which state has become the first in India to achieve 100% response rate on cyber fraud calls? Right option B, Goa. Where will the world-famous EV manufacturer Tesla open its first full-scale center in India? Right option D, Gurugram, Haryana. Where has Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's first aircraft engine repair center, Safran Aircraft Engine Services, India? Right option B, Hyderabad, Telangana. In November 2025, for the first time, a statue of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, the architect of the Indian Constitution, has been installed at the headquarters of which international organization? Correct option C, UNESCO. Where will India's first National Centre for Coral Reef Research be built? Right option D, South Andaman. India's first Swadeshi chip has been launched in New Delhi in September 2025. What is the name of this chip? Right option B, Vikram 32. Where has India's first quick response, QR, code-based kiosk for paying traffic fines been launched? Right option D, Gurugram, Haryana. According to India's first DNA-based elephant census conducted in October 2025, what is the recorded number of elephants in the country? Right option B, 22,446. Which Indian state became the first to grant menstrual leave to women employees in both government and private sectors? Right option B, Karnataka. Who became the first transgender member appointed to the Supreme Court's Special Committee on Transgender Rights in 2025? Right option A, Akkai Padmashali. Where did Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh unveil India's indigenous fighter aircraft Tejas LCA Mk1? Correct option C, Nashik. What is the name of India's first indigenously developed antibiotic to combat deadly respiratory infections? Correct option C, Nafithromycin. Who has been appointed as the first woman president of the Indian Cricketers Association? Right option D, Shanta Rangaswamy. Who has been appointed as the first Indian and Asian chair of the advisory board of the World Intellectual Property Organization? Correct option C, Justice Pratibha M. Singh. Which city in India became the first to implement a city-level real-time flood forecasting and early warning system? Right option A, Chennai. Which state has announced to build the first underwater tunnel connecting Waipin and Fort Kochi in October 2025? Correct option C, Kerala. In October 2025, President Draupadi Murmu became the first Indian president to fly in which two different Indian Air Force fighter aircraft? Right option A, Rafale and Sukhoi Su-30 MKI. Which Indian High Court has officially recognized cryptocurrencies as assets for the first time? Correct option C, Madras High Court. Where has the Union Minister of State for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying George Kurian launched the first digital marine fisheries census in India? Right option A, Kochi, Kerala. In November 2025, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's first digital tribal freedom fighters museum at which place? Right option A. Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Which state became the first in India to sign a formal agreement with the satellite internet company Starlink? Right option D. Maharashtra. Who has launched India's first homegrown CAR T-cell therapy NEXCAR19 for cancer treatment in November 2025? Right option B. Narendra Modi. Who has become the first Indian para-athlete to be selected for the Saksham International Competition? Correct option C. Sheetal Devi. What is the name of India's first 25-qubit quantum processing unit and full-stack quantum chip dedicated to the nation by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in November 2025? Right option B. QPI AI Indus. Which has become the first Indian public sector bank to cross the market capitalization of $100 billion? Correct option C. State Bank of India. President Draupadi Murmu has become the first President of India to visit which African country in November 2025? Right option B. Angola, Botswana. Where did Union Power Minister Manohar Lal inaugurate India's first 3 megawatts capacity vanadium redox flow battery? Right option D. Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Which institute has developed India's first quantum diamond microscope? Correct option C. IIT Bombay. Which has become the first state in the country to implement BharatNet scheme across the state? Correct option C. Punjab. Where will India's first modern river terminal be inaugurated in November 2025? Correct option C. Guwahati. In which Indian state was the first case of albinism in the Asian albino water snake recorded in India? Right option D. Assam. Which is the first indigenous, India-born, female cheetah in Madhya Pradesh Kuno National Park to give birth to 5 cubs? Right option A. Mukhi. India has unveiled the first indigenous CRISPR-based gene therapy for the treatment of sickle cell disease by what name? Right option B. Birsa 101. India's first private PSLV rocket will launch the OceanSat satellite in early 2026, built by which industry group? Correct option C. Both of the above, A and B. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Larsen & Toubro. Which state has become the first fully literate state of India in May 2025? Correct option C. Mizoram. The first digital census in India, which will also include caste enumeration, will be conducted in which year? Correct option C. 2027. In which state India's first generation beta child is born? Right option A. Aswal, Mizoram. Where has the country's first Himalayan Climate Centre been inaugurated by Union Minister Jitendra Singh in April 2025? Right option D. Udhampur, Jammu and Kashmir. Indian Railways and which state government have jointly launched India's first Vistadome jungle safari train? Right option A. Uttar Pradesh. Where will the testing of the country's first indigenous MRI machine begin in March 2025? Right option A. AIIMS, Delhi. Which is India's first vertical lift railway bridge? Right option B. New Pamban Bridge. In November 2025, India Post has inaugurated the first Gen Z-themed revamped post office in where? Right option A. IIT Delhi. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh has inaugurated the country's first liquid helium cryogenic facility at which institute? Right option B. IIT Bombay. Who has launched India's first privately developed commercial orbital rocket Vikramai and Skyroot's Infinity Campus in November 2025? Right option A. Narendra Modi. Which state has become India's first fully 100% digitally literate state in August 2025? Right option C, Kerala.